Hey, welcome to Film Recap. Right now I'm going to explain horror, thriller film from 2016, titled The Girl with All the Gifts. Watch out and enjoy. 10-year-old Melanie lives an odd life, but it is all she knows. Every morning, armed guards strap her into a chair and take her to a classroom with several other children who are also strapped into chairs. They are taught math, history, spelling, and reading from several teachers, but Melanie's favorite teacher is Miss Helen Justino. Unlike the other teachers and the guards, Miss Justino is nice to her students. She takes opportunities to be kind to them and argues with the guards when they are excessively brutal. What Melanie knows about the dangerous outside world, she has learned from listening, spying, and storing everything in her photographic memory. She lives in a protected military compound that has been set up for the study of hungries. 20 years ago, the world was infected with a mutation of the fungus Ophiocordyceps unilaterali. Humans exposed to the fungus lost their mental abilities and began trying to eat any normal humans they encountered. Melanie believes that she and the other children were rescued from the outside world and now live in the compound to go to school like any other child. Every once in a while, a child is taken from the class and is never seen again. Melanie assumes that their families have been found or that they are being sent to school in Beacon, one of the last human cities. One day, Dr. Caroline Caldwell comes for her. Dr. Caldwell is always talking about the cure that she is working on. She announces that she is very close to achieving the cure, and now she needs Melanie's genius brain to help her take the next step. Dr. Caldwell straps Melanie to a dissection table, and with a jolt of horror, Melanie realizes what happened to the other children who never returned to the classroom. Now it is about to happen to her, too. Just then, Miss Justino bursts into the lab to intervene with Dr. Caldwell on Melanie's behalf. As the women argue, explosions rack the compound. They are under attack by Junkers, rogue humans who survive by scavenging. The Junkers have driven a large group of hungries into the compound to help them kill the humans. A Junker enters the lab and attacks Miss Justino. Melanie bites him to save her, and after tasting human flesh, she is overwhelmed with a hunger for more. Finally, she realizes what she is and why everyone has always been afraid of her. Melanie escapes the compound with Miss Justino, Dr. Caldwell, a young Private Kieran Gallagher, and the cruel Sergeant Eddie Parks. However, Melanie keeps her distance from the humans, as she does not wish to hurt anyone if she grows hungry again. The group decides to make the 74-mile journey to Beacon on foot unless they can find a working vehicle. As they go, the humans argue often over Melanie. Sergeant Parks wants to either kill her or set her loose. Miss Justino believes that Melanie is a child who deserves their care and protection. Dr. Caldwell wants Melanie as her property for experimentation. Soon, Melanie proves her worth to the group. As a hungry, she can walk among the other hungries without being noticed. In this way, she scouts ahead to find the safest routes for the group. She also saves their lives on several occasions. She and Sergeant Parks come to mutual respect. When the group reaches the ruins of London, they find several surprises. One is the presence of dead hungries who have been consumed by their fungal infection and now resemble giant spores. The other is a population of feral hungry children. They are intelligent, like Melanie, and live together in a communal group, helping and caring for one another. Meanwhile, Gallagher panics and strikes out on his own for Beacon. He is soon caught by the child hungries and eaten. Dr. Caldwell, growing desperate as she nears death from the infected wounds she received during the attack on the base, catches a hungry child and holds it prisoner in a mobile laboratory on wheels that the group finds in London. When the other hungry children come to rescue their missing comrade, a fight ensues, and Sergeant Parks is bitten trying to protect Miss Justino. He shows Melanie how to use his gun and begs her to shoot him before he becomes a hungry. Before she does, Melanie asks Sergeant Parks for a favor: throw a grenade on the dead hungry spores. His mental facilities already compromised, Parks does, not realizing the consequences of his actions, but Melanie does. She has a plan. The grenade explodes, and the fungal spores spread thick and fast. Dr. Caldwell soon dies from her wounds. Miss Justino hides inside the airtight mobile laboratory, watching with horror as the spores spread. She knows this means the end of all humanity. Melanie enters the mobile lab and comforts her, then asks her to put on a safety suit and come outside. Miss Justino complies, finding that Melanie has gathered the hungry children into a makeshift classroom. She asks Miss Justino to teach them, and after a moment, Miss Justino begins to write the alphabet on the board. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notification button. Thanks for watching. Peace.